All right, I'm kind of rolling the dice today, going exploring here on the east bank of Plaquemines Parish. Had a really hard west wind yesterday. Got kind of a southwest wind today. Waters, I mean, it looks like gravy. Looks absolutely terrible. But I kind of have a secret weapon today, something I seldom use. Dead shrimp. You saw my last video that I shot with Chad Dufresne. We whacked the redfish, throwing dead shrimp under corks. Not really sophisticated fishing, but that's kind of what you have to do in areas that have dirty water like this. Unfortunately, my shrimp are frozen solid, so I got to defrost them. That's going to take me a little bit. So I'm going to try and catch something artificial, at least initially. Don't like my chances because of how bad this water looks. But I also brought something else today that I may put to use. You know, this time of year, I love to go crabbing, and I'm always looking for new areas to go crabbing in. And so I brought my crab nets right down there. See them? Yep. So the fish don't bite, whatever. We'll just go crabbing, go see if we can find areas that potentially are holding some crabs that I could come back in and really explore. But I don't know. We're just gonna see. Gonna spend some time in the marsh today. It's a beautiful day. Love being out here. All right, let's see what happens. All right, a little bit of good news. The water actually is not quite as bad as I thought. Better visibility than I thought. So we might be able to catch some fish on artificials. I'm throwing this ATV crankbait, Bill Lewis ATV. It's red, like red in the spring. And we still are in the spring. Just gotta kind of explore and see what I find. Okay, there's some bait on this point. That's good. We've got an absolutely blistering falling tide this morning, obviously caused by that hard west wind. All right, let's check on our shrimp. Okay, they're getting there. I can probably pull one or two off to use as bait. So we're gonna go ahead and try and catch some redfish. You can see there's a point up ahead with a big grass bed next to it. Got a canal right here coming into it. So that looks like a very likely spot for redfish to be hanging out. Ambush bait. We're gonna try and set up near it, throw some shrimp on that point. And the good part of that is there's good potential we might catch some catfish, which I need for crab bait, so I wouldn't mind that at all. Prefer to catch reds, obviously, but I'd take crab bait. All right, so my setup here is a Versamax bolt cork with a 16th ounce death grip jig head under it. Just gonna thread the shrimp on there and cast it to that point and hope for the best. All right, there's a cut up here that something just died in. That's definitely worth a look. That's definitely worth a look. All right, let's go check out that cut. Might be hard to fish with a cork because I'm guessing that water's just flooding out of there. We'll see, we'll give it a try. Looks like possibly a good place to throw that crankbait. Water's 2.5 feet right here in the middle. 4 feet. Beautiful cut. Wish this water were a little prettier. Another beautiful cut up ahead. We'll see if we got enough water to get to it. Right here is 2.5 feet. I think we're gonna be okay. 1.5 feet. We will see. There goes a red. Water looks really bad in here. Really bad. One of the many alligators. Well, 2 alligators. This cut looks good. This cut, yeah, we're back up to 2 feet. This looks good. Could be 1,000 reds in this cut. Just never know. Or it could be 0. Back to the shrimp. Now here come the gators. Want to eat my cork. Here they come. No, dude. No, dude. Get out of here, dude. Yeah, go down. Get away. All right, stop number 1's looking like a bust. Time to make a move. Maybe we can find a little bit better water. Or even if we find worse water, maybe we'll find some fish. Another gator. They're super brazen today. Oh, he's coming swimming right up to me. What you want, dude? I don't have anything for you. That's a big old boy. Not even, nope, no, he finally went down. All right, this is unfishable. Water's just racing too fast here. Gotta find something different. I might go try and catch some catfish. That's probably what I'm gonna do. See if we can catch some cats. All right, since I left you last, I've cruised around looking for some better water. I've found nothing. The water here is absolutely horrible, but what I've got working for me, everything out here is super shallow, like crazy shallow. I tried to go that way and just couldn't, had to turn around. There's a deeper hole right here. It's about 6 feet right here. These pilings are blocking access to a pond back here, but we've got this deep water surrounded by shallow water. This looks like a great spot for catfish to hang out. So I tied up a double drop rig. I've got a 1/0 octopus hook and a 1/0 octopus hook and a 1 ounce pyramid sinker. So I'm gonna see if I can catch some cats right here. I don't even know if this 1 ounce is gonna hold bottom here. It is, the tide's just absolutely screaming. But we'll give it a whirl, see what happens. All right, the good news is I am holding bottom. Now we just gotta see if there's any cats here. Well, that could be a problem. Super grassy in here. There's not grass on the bottom right here, but the grass is just drifting with the current. Make things challenging sometimes. Oh, a little bite. Oh, there we go. There we go. Is that a cat? I think it is. It's rolling like a cat. All right. Actually, a really good cat. Yes, look at that one. That's a really good cat. I think that's a channel. He's got spots. I don't really know my freshwater cats. All right. Success. No. Chill out, dude. Chill out, dude. There you go. We're gonna eat you. We're gonna eat you. That's a real good cat. That's maybe a 3-pounder. Now he bit the bottom hook. You'll notice I tied it really close to that weight, trying to fish close to the bottom. We'll see if that's the one that gets more bites. Usually if you catch one, there's a bunch there, but not always. Oh, there's one. Oh, look at this. We got our crab. Right in the bucket. Not a bad crab either. Oh, shoot, I missed one. You're really not supposed to set the hook with these circle hooks. It's a hard habit to break though. Oh, there we go, I did it again. You get a bite, it's just second nature just to set the hook, but you really shouldn't. You should just pull up and start reeling. Dang it, I missed another one. Getting some good bites. All right, there we go. That's one. Doesn't feel as big as the last. Nope, but he's a keeper. I figured there was a few of these down there because I keep getting bites and not hooking up. This is really typical of what you catch doing this. Fish that are probably under a pound. Smaller than the last, but a good eater. I am planning a crab today. So I'm gonna put this crab on ice because he is a keeper. And that's another one that was on the bottom hook. I probably could have just done a single drop. There he is, got another one. Feels like in between the two. No, about the same as the other one. Oh, and he got the top hook, all right. There we go. Although the bottom one's gone, so may have been his only option. Put him in the bucket. I tell you what, this is a ton of fun. And it's a really underutilized species here in Louisiana. Not a lot of people fish for them. It's something great to do in the summer in the marsh. Obviously great to do with kids. You put these circle hooks on, they don't have to set the hook. They just get to feel them bite and reel them in. And of course, they're absolutely fantastic to eat. Oh, I missed one. He cleaned out. No, he didn't clean it out. He left me a little bit on the bottom. Left me some shell and a little bit of meat. Let's see if he'll hit it again. Yep, we got him. We got him. Top hook again, I think. Yep, top hook. All right. Let's see if we get you in the bucket with your buddy. How does that sound? Y'all probably know each other from the neighborhood. Get reacquainted. There he is. Oh, yeah, you see? We snagged him in the head. There's some of these down there. He's not a keeper. I'm sure he'd be tasty, but not worth cleaning. There's another one. It's just every drop now. We got them fired up. We figured out the zone, and they're just there waiting for the bait to come down. Now, of course, you do have to be careful with catfish. They've got these sharp spines. Not very pleasant getting those in your skin. But you can grab them just around those spines and be fine. He's on the small side, but I'm gonna keep him. Let me look at these fillets. That'll be delicious. There's another one. Automatic. Yeah, that's a better one. Definitely much better than the one we just caught. All right, real good one. Look how fat that fish is. What you been down there eating, dude? We're gonna put that one in the box because he took it deep, so he's bleeding like a stuck pig. Oh, there we go. Oh, I might have a double. Oh, it's a gar. Good night. Yep, I do have a double, but it's not a double I want. I mean, I'll take the cat up top, but I don't want the gar. He's gonna go crazy. All right, got a little mess to clean up. Oh, and the cat is just, he's just wrapped around the line. The hook's not even in his mouth. We'll put him in our bucket. All right, now we gotta get rid of this gar. Some people eat gar, I'm not one of them. Ah, broke my line. Good for nothing. Did you leave my weight at least? All right, sometimes when you have a break in the action like that, it can allow the fish to kind of chill out. Because they were fired up, but we'll see. Maybe they still are. There's one. Doesn't feel too big. Ah, you're big enough, that's for sure. Oh, you're a better one? I think you are. Yep. Better than the last, but not as good as the first. Still a keeper though. It's just automatic. It's just automatic. All right, I think I'm gonna put one of these crab nets out. I did catch that crab on the catfish bait, and I've seen some others swim along here, so there's obviously some crabs in this bayou. I brought some old chicken that I've had in the freezer for a while. I generally like fresher chicken than this, but we'll see if they'll eat this freezer burnt chicken. I should have saved some of those little cats. I can fillet up some of those if I need to. Use the carcasses. All right, so here's my crab net. This one has a clip for the bait. All right, we'll put it right over here on the side of the boat. out of the way. Check that every 10 or 15 minutes. Now these are anything but bait shrimp. I get these from my buddy Kevin Ford to eat, not to use as bait. But they're super fresh. Obviously they're frozen, but when I freeze them, they're super fresh. And I think that makes a big difference. All right, there we go. This might be some crab bait. Nope, he's filletable. Goodness, it's just every cast. This might be a crab baiter. Might be a crab bait. I don't know. Bigger than I thought you were. I'll leave it up to you. You want to get eaten by a crab or a person? Do you care? Now, if sophisticated fishing is important to you, don't come do this. It is not sophisticated. But it is a lot of fun, and it's productive, and it puts food on the table. Some really, really good fillets. And you can see how easy it is. I mean, I could sit here all day, as long as this tide's moving, and just wear them out. There we go. Oh, that's a good one. It's a real good one. Probably the second biggest one we've caught. I mean, look at these fillets. Look at that. That's gonna be good. Dude's trying to put a spine in my knee. Yeah, you're feistier than your brethren. You're a feisty one. Now these do not have spots. Well, not many. A few spots. I guess they're channels. I don't know. Don't know my cats. I know they're freshwater cats though, and I know I love to eat them. That's about all I know. Oh, he got me. All right, let's check our crab net. See if we got anything in there. We do, but it's small. A little female. We'll let her go. Put it back out, see if we get anything else. All right. Yeah, you ate the bottom bait and then you came up and ate the top one, huh? Oh goodness, he came running way up here with it. Couldn't catch up with him. It never ever hit the bottom. He watched it coming down. I could catch 1,000 of these things, just incredible. This is a crab bait one. Oh, damn it, I gotta stop doing that. Keep getting stung. Yeah, look at that, I keep getting hit with these barbs. There is a little bit of venom on a saltwater catfish's barbs. I don't know about freshwater. It does hurt like that though. Definitely stings more than you expect it to. But doesn't hurt bad enough to stop catching them. Now this is an area south of Oak River, not all that far from Point Lahash, not all that far from Mardi Gras Pass. Probably explains why you've got so many cats here. There's a lot of redfish in this region as well. Just haven't had success with those today. I'm kind of fishing blind. If you regularly view my channel, you know dead shrimp is an oddity for me. I generally like to find clean water and throw artificials, but finding clean water today is just not possible. Water's terrible, awful. That's why I brought the shrimp in the first place. I figured that might be the case. But these cats don't care. They couldn't care less. There we go. That feels like a decent one. That might, oh goodness. What in the world is this? Is that another gar? Or is that a giant cat? Oh, it's a big cat. Is there something underneath him? That was weird. This isn't the fish that came up. That is a good cat, but something else came up. Hopefully you saw that explosion. I don't know what that was. Maybe it was something trying to eat the cat. Maybe a big gar or something. But it is a good dude. This is the best one we've caught since the first one. Let's introduce him to his new home. Look at that, that's a good fish. All right, check our crab net again. A lot of grass. And no crabs. And these cats will bite like this all summer, so get on out here and do this. You won't regret it. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh yeah, nice one. Pretty fish. That's definitely a channel. All right, let's check our crab net. Nothing. Look at that crab. Look, dude. I could sit here and catch enough catfish to feed my entire neighborhood, but I got plenty. There's no reason to catch any more. As many as I want to clean, that's for sure. So I'm gonna go see if I can catch some crabs while this tide is still falling. The tide's definitely weakening some, but I actually don't mind that because sometimes when you got all this grass in the water and you got a real swift tide, it'll bury your corks. So you'll lose nets. I don't want to lose any nets. I just want to kind of see if I can catch a few and find a place to crab later in the summer. So that's kind of the mission today. Not expecting to really whack them. Just want to put out some test nets. I only got 8 baits, 8 chicken legs. I mean, I could definitely clean some of these catfish, but we'll only do that if we get on the mother load. So let's see. Let's see what we can catch. I don't know how well you can see it up ahead, but there are a bunch of traps in the water here. And you know, professional crabbers know where the crabs are. They're not gonna put traps in an area that doesn't have crabs. So yes, it is a little bit of competition, but our bait is easier to get to than these traps in these nets. So I like our chances. Let's put a few out. Water here is 7 feet deep. I like that depth. Wish my corks were a little bigger with all this grass. I mean, there's just, oh, I see crabs going by. All right, I'm optimistic. Of course, I saw crabs going by next to the boat when we were fishing, and we only caught one, well, we caught 2, one throwback. This is a lot easier to do with a friend, but I'm solo today. I did it last year solo. I had a really good trip, so it's doable. I didn't have as much chicken as I thought I did, so I'm only putting 7 nets out, 2 of which have catfish. This is really just a test to see if we can come back here and bomb this area with a bunch of nets. Still 7 feet deep. All right, while we're letting these soak, I'm gonna go ahead and eat some lunch. It's currently 10:23. It's lunchtime when you're fishing. All right, back in a second. All right, there's my first net right about there. You always want to run these nets into the tide. The tide's screaming out this way. So we're gonna start over here and run them back this way. That way, when you're pulling up your string, you're kind of heading toward the net. It makes a big difference. I don't know, I typically don't like crabbing midday, but the water temps are not bad. It's 79, it's not the middle of summer yet. So we might have a chance. Let's see, we're about to pull up our first net. All right, here we go. Now, some essential gear for crabbing. You need a bucket, also need some tongs. Also highly recommend gloves. Unfortunately, my first crab venture of the year. And I forgot my gloves. So my hands will probably get torn up, but that's all right. I'll be happy if we catch some. All right, first crab net of the year. There's a skunk. That's a bad sign. If they're all skunks, we'll come back around, pick them all up, and put them somewhere else. That's why you kind of do these little tests. Try and find an area with some crabs. All right, here we go. It's a small keeper, but it's a keeper. Some idiot put this one really close to a trap. That was dumb. Skunk. Look at the mess. All this grass. Crabbing is messy. That's for sure. Particularly when there's a lot of grass around. All right, well, guess what? Not a good area, despite all the traps here. This is our last one coming up. I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up. We'll go back and start at the beginning and pick up again. We'll go bomb a different area, see if we can find some. Whew, boy. What a mess. All right, these definitely have not soaked enough. I just came right back to the beginning. We're gonna pick them up. Odds are very slim we'll have anything in this run. This is just a pickup run. But you never know. All right, look at that. Nice big one on the last net. All right, we're gonna put these somewhere else. Hopefully catch more than two. I'd like about a dozen, about the size of the one I just caught. That would be awesome. All right, run number 2 is about to commence. I'm just sitting here eating a snack, and I'm telling you, crabs are just pouring through this canal. They're all obviously high in the water column because I can see them. It's about 8 feet deep right here. But you figure there's some up high, there's gotta be some down low, right? I don't know. Let's see. Let's go do our run now. Look, there's one going across the top of the water right there. Real nice crab. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, thank you, man. Y'all getting some catch right there or what?
Yeah, we got a couple.
Yeah. Did you? Yeah, the catfishing is off the chain. All right, here we go. There's a good keeper on the catfish. Oh, look at that, three of them. How does that happen? All right. I mean, were those crabs running together or what? Like that's, you know, nothing, and then 3. Or is that net just in a really good spot where the kind of the biomass is moving through? Who knows? There's our last net coming up. Hopefully we get just as lucky with this one. I don't need a whole bunch of crabs. As I mentioned, I'm just trying to find a place to crab later in the season. But if I get a dozen, I'll be really happy. Supplement to those catfish. And nothing in that one. All right, better than our first run. We got 4 crabs thanks to our lucky net. Then we'll go back to the beginning and do it again. Oh, there's a baby. Real dump him. All right, there we go. That's a keeper. Small keeper, but a keeper. All right, that's a good crab. Nah, it's a small one. I'm gonna let that one go. All right, I think we're gonna do a pickup run next. That'll be it. Got enough to boil. I also taught myself that in the proper conditions, early in the morning, this is a place that's gonna hold some crabs. So mission accomplished there. Let's see what we end up with though. Should get some on this last run. All right, 2 good ones. My wife's gonna be very glad. We got enough for both of us. She loves crabs. I mean, I'd hate to have to eat them in front of her, but now I got enough for her. All right, last net for the day. Let's see if we get lucky. I don't think we've caught any in this net yet. Nope, that chicken is unmolested. All right, normally when I get home after a crabbing trip, I do a big boil outside. Don't have enough crabs for that, just enough for my wife and me to eat. So let me show you what we got. I'm cooking them inside. I already got a pot going on the stove. So I'm gonna show you the ingredients. All right, first up, we got Zatarain's liquid crab oil. I really prefer the liquid to the powder. Some people like the powder better, it's just personal preference. I really like the liquid. Got some salt, an onion, some bay leaves, and some garlic. That's it. All right, you should probably measure this stuff, but I never do. Just kind of put in what I think is right. A little goes a long way, believe me, it's very, very strong. Nor do I measure the salt. Kind of dump what I think is right, and then I'll taste it, and I want it to be a little bit too spicy and a little bit too salty, but not way salty, obviously. You know, blue crabs, very, very delicate flavor. You don't want to over season them, absolutely not. You can over season crawfish, that's fine. Crabs are a different story. You definitely don't want to over season them. You get that mixed up and taste it. All right, the spice is right, the salt is not. Needs more salt. All right, that's perfect. Whew. It's a little kicky, that's for sure, but you want it a little bit kicky when you're tasting it, because the crabs won't taste as seasoned as the water is. All right, I'm gonna add my other ingredients. Put both halves in there. Same thing with this garlic. Just go ahead and put it in. Looks like I'm pretty low on bay leaves. Just put 1 or 2 of those in there. All right, and that's it. If I do a big boil, I typically add lemon or lime. But I'm doing it on the stove top. I just kind of do it really, really simply. Of course, here in South Louisiana, we boil our crabs. I know in other parts of the country, you steam them. We're used to boiling them, and I love the flavor that the crabs carry from all of these ingredients that we added to our pot. All right, we let this come to a boil. I'm gonna cover it so it comes to a boil more quickly, and then we'll put our crabs in. All right, when steam starts coming out from under the lid, you know the water's boiling. Yep, we're boiling. Whew, man, I filled it up pretty high. Hopefully I can fill these crabs in there without spilling it. Now I had the crabs on ice, so they're nice and docile. They won't lose their claws. If you have the crabs kind of room temperature and you put them in the hot pot, they shoot off their claws. Okay, we got them all in. Now we just got to return that to a boil. We'll boil them for about 5 minutes. And at the end, we're gonna put our shrimp in there. We do have a few shrimp left. All right, here we go. We're boiling. Yep. All right, we're gonna let those go 5 minutes. And then last minute or so, we're gonna add the shrimp, because they cook a lot quicker than the crabs do, of course. Look how good that looks. Woo! Can't wait to eat these. Yeah, you can tell I definitely put too much water. I don't have a whole lot of room for those shrimp. Hopefully some of this steam evaporates. Man, I'm making a mess under this stove. Good thing I brought home crabs, I'd be in trouble. You know what, I changed my mind. I'm just gonna cook the shrimp for lunch tomorrow because they're not gonna fit in here. It would just make a mess. Just make a bigger mess, let's put it that way. All right, well, it's almost time and water spilled over and shut off our fire. So we were close to the 5 minutes anyway, so no big deal. We're just gonna let these soak about 25 minutes or so, maybe 30. I gotta go wash the boat, so I'll do that while these are soaking. All right, got the boat all washed. They've been soaking about 30 minutes, so should be perfect. Just gonna take them out and put them on a plate. I like to store them upside down to hold all the juice in that top shell. As is usually the case, we got a mix. We've got some really nice ones and some medium. I love them all. And you notice they all have their claws. All right, that's a mountain of crab right there. All right, they're plenty cool enough to eat. Very good. A little kicky, definitely a little kicky, but delicious. I think this is only the second time I've had crabs this season. Man, and these are better than the last ones. Very good. You know, everybody loves the claws on crabs, but this is my favorite part, right here. The lump from the fiddler. Delicious, love them. All right, if you like the video, and got something out of it, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the Marshman Masson channel on YouTube, definitely would help. I don't know what we're gonna be doing next, but hopefully it's as productive as today was. Got a whole bag of catfish fillets. We'll be eating on those for the next few days. And of course, we get to eat these wonderful crabs. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time on the Marshman Masson channel.